So my name is Monica Kamek, and I am the subject librarian for music at Lone Star College, Montgomery. And today I'm going to help you with your research skills by delving into how to conduct academic research for your honors music literature paper. So first I'm going to show you a presentation that's going to help you with your research skills. Then I'm going to demonstrate how to search for articles in the library databases using what's called Boolean logic and power searching. Now throughout this presentation, I'm going to give you a lot of information on research skills. I'm recording the session, but you're also encouraged to take notes as you need to. And if at any time during the presentation you have a question, you can post your question in chat, or you're more than welcome to kind of stop me and ask your question, and I can answer it right away. Okay. So this is just kind of a brief little timeline of what we're going to cover. So I'm going to give you a presentation on academic research, and then we're going to do a little activity about gathering keywords that you can use to enter into the research databases to find journal articles. And then we're going to do some searching in the databases. So the purpose of today's session is actually to provide you information to help you improve your research skills and effectively apply them to your own research. Because I know you all have different topics. So hopefully a lot of things that you'll see in this session today are going to help make the research process go more efficiently for you. So as you conduct research, you're going to begin defining the scope of your research. So when you select a topic, it will begin very broadly, such as classical music. You can go in many different directions with this broad topic. And as a researcher, I'll begin to read through reference resources such as encyclopedias and dictionaries to gather background information to help me narrow the scope of my research. Now, as I read through encyclopedias and dictionaries on my topic, I'll come across additional related terms, such as Beethoven and Third Symphony. And after I do some further reading, I might come across a further narrow scope of eroica. So I might focus my research on maybe how did Ludwig van Beethoven's Third Symphony eroica influence classical music? So this is just an example of defining your scope. And as a researcher, you're going to kind of start with a broad topic, and as you go through your resources, you're going to see how you can start narrowing it down. And then you're going to also need to develop a search strategy. So first you're going to need to identify keywords, and keywords are important single words and phrases for your topic. And you'll use keywords to enter into the databases to retrieve journal articles. You'll also need to brainstorm synonyms. Not every author is going to use the exact same words, so you'll need to think of some synonyms that go with some of the keywords that you've identified. And then after you gathered a list of keywords, you're going to need to consider the best way to combine them. So think about which combinations of keywords would give you effective results in the databases. So you'll need to consider all three of these strategies as you begin the research process. So as you're beginning the research process, you're going to want to access reference resources such as encyclopedias and dictionaries, and they can help you gather background information for your topic and keywords that you can use to enter into the research databases. And as you're reading through your resources, you're going to look for the who, what, when, where, and why for your topic. So you kind of see here on the right side is my list of keywords that I've gathered from some of the sources that you see here on the left side. So reference resources, your own prior knowledge, synonyms. As you go through websites and videos and journal articles, you'll be gathering up and increasing your list of keywords. These are the types of words that you'll enter into the research databases. Okay. So you'll also, as you're going through some of your reference resources looking for the who, what, when, where, and why, you're going to, and this is an example of an encyclopedia article about Ludwig van Beethoven, you're going to circle and look for some important words that stand out to you that's important for your topic. So that who, what, when, where, and why. And this is kind of how you can start gathering up your list, is looking for those important words. Okay. Another place that you can find keywords is when you open up a journal article, the information page for the journal article, you will have some subject terms. These subject terms, when you see those words, those are more friendly to the database and they offer more controlled vocabulary. Also, another great place to get additional ideas to kind of help you narrow the scope for your research as well. So as we start gathering up a list of keywords, we're going to need to combine them with Boolean logic. So databases use Boolean operators to help you expand and narrow your search. So you use Boolean operators when you have 2 or more keywords you want to use in your search. And you'll often see Boolean operators in uppercase letters because many databases read them in uppercase letters. So the Boolean operator AND is going to narrow your search. You're telling the database you want to see both of those words in your search. So in this case, as you can see in this example, we want to see Beethoven and Third Symphony or Beethoven and Eroica. Now the Boolean operator OR is going to expand your search. You're telling the database to use either one of the words that you've entered. So in this case, we're okay with the database to pull up results for either Third Symphony or Eroica. So OR is best used with synonyms or related terms. Now the Boolean operator NOT is going to narrow your search. You're telling the database to eliminate a certain word from the database search results. So this might be because the database keeps pulling up articles on a topic that you're not interested in, or you might have enough information on that topic but you don't want to see it in your search anymore. So this is an example of Boolean operators, and you'll often see them in the advanced search, as you can see here that's underlined, in the advanced search part of the database. You can also use power searching. So some of the features for power searching is phrase searching, and you might have seen that in my previous example. You notice the quotation marks around my phrase. That tells the database to keep those words together. If you do not put quotation marks around a phrase, the database can separate it for you. So you might get an article with the word third or another article that mentions symphony, but it might not talk about the Third Symphony. So if I want to tell the database to just stick to looking for articles for Third Symphony, I'll go ahead and put my quotation marks around my phrase. Truncations are good if you want to save time. If you use a truncation to replace the variant ending of the word, you can pull up additional terms. So in this case, I have a truncation symbol next to music, which will give me not just music, but musician and musical and so on. So great time saver. I don't have to keep redoing my search over and over. And then wildcards, I have to admit, I don't use them too often. But they can be useful to find alternate spellings or a variation of the word. So like you can see here in our example for women, it can also return the search for woman. So you can kind of play around with it. I have found that I didn't have to use it too often. I use phrase searching the most. Second, I use truncations. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay. And then I have some resources to recommend to you for your assignment. So as a researcher, of course, you'll want to begin with reference resources. We do have here in the library, physically in the library, is the New Grove Dictionary of Music and Musicians. It is located here in the library stacks. You're more than welcome to come and ask for it. You can look through it. You can make a copy of an article if you need to. We also have scanners here if you need it, or you can take pictures of the pages that you need. But it is a really wonderful resource that I know your professor absolutely loves. You can also access Credo Reference. If you haven't been on Credo, it is a wonderful reference database. It has over 650 encyclopedias and dictionaries across the subjects. So it's another great place to start for your topic to help give you some keywords. Now, you can't use anything in Credo here to count as a source, but you can use it to start giving you some background information for your topic and some keywords that you can use in the research databases. For books, you can enter the library catalog to find physical books in the library. And then we also have our ebook databases where you might be able to find some books on your topic as well. And then for journal articles, I recommend number one you'll want to get into is JSTOR. And I'll be doing a little bit of searching here in JSTOR in just a few moments. Followed that by Academic Search Complete, which is a very comprehensive database that covers a lot of subjects, including music as one of them. And this is just a picture, since you were not physically in the library, I wanted to show you a picture of the stacks where you can find the New Grove Dictionary of Music and Musicians. It's located in the ML section, which you can see right here on the end cap. And it's right around the corner from it, and it's all in blue. There's like a light blue and then a darker blue here in the middle. And you can just look through its alphabetical order by music and musicians, so you can definitely access that. Again, your professor absolutely loves that resource. And then I just kind of wanted to show you, if you needed to scan some pages, we do have brand new scanners in the library, and it's really fast scanner, and it actually even crops the pages for you. It lets you email it to yourself, or even you can plug in your flash drive and upload it to that as well. So if you need additional help from us, you can email us. Oh yes, let me answer that quick question. The scanner is absolutely free, yes. It also, I just added, is a fax feature. So if you ever need to do faxing here in Texas or anywhere in the United States, you can do faxing for free as well. Okay, so you can also not just email us, but you can call us. You can call me on the phone, or you can ask for me, since I'm the music librarian. If it's after hours, you could just leave us a voicemail and we'll contact you the very next day when we open. You can also text us. So we now have texting feature, and we will text you right back as long as it's during our reference hours. If it falls outside, we'll just open that up the next morning and answer you right back. And then you can also chat with us, and I can show you where that's located on the library website. It lets you chat not just with Montgomery, but it's open to all the librarians for the system that can help you as well. And then you can actually schedule a research consultation with me. I can help you find articles, especially if you're having trouble finding them. I can also help you with your citations. I know you all are doing Chicago style, and I know that can be sometimes a bit challenging, so I am here for you. I can help connect you with some good resources if you want to try your citations on your own, or I can help check over them. So I just want to let you know that's available to you. I'm going to go ahead and get out. I'm going to show you next the library website. So before I get into the database, I want to show you a few things. I know a lot of you probably have been on the library website, but I just wanted to show you a few things you might not know about. So this is just regular lonestar.edu. I'm going to come up here to libraries. So again, here, this is where you start your research, where you see some of these common tabs that you will get into a lot, like the Find Articles. And for this class, you'll mostly be in art, music, and theater. And then you also have the ebooks. These first two here, EBSCO ebook collection and ebook central, that's where you're going to find most of the ebooks for your topic. For this assignment, I do not think you will be getting into any videos, but those are available for your other classes as well. Here's where you can start searching the catalog, and if you need to contact us. That red banner that kind of popped out, that's where you can chat with a librarian. And it's open to all the librarians in the system, but if you want to request a specific campus, you just let us know. Okay. What I do want to point out, it's really important for you all. In this library services, I'm going to click on this to kind of show you what's in here that you might not be aware of. In library forms, there's something here at the top called Interlibrary Loan Request Form. So, let me open this up. Has anyone ever heard of an interlibrary loan? You can tell me in chat, or you can just tell me out loud. Okay, I'm going to take that as a no because I hear silence. So, an interlibrary loan, if you do not see the book or the article, and you would have to know the name of the book and the name of the article in the database or in the library catalog, you can do an interlibrary loan. So what that lets you do is it will allow us, when you fill out the form, you put in as much information as you can and use your My Lone Star email. And if you're requesting, let's say, a specific book, you'll put in as much information as you know about the book. Or if it's an article, you put as much information as you know about the article, and you will submit it. And we can pull it from the next available library closest to us. So it won't be from Lone Star or Harris County Public Library or Montgomery County Public Library. It's going to be from outside of that, because we only have access to what in our consortium, and that is our consortium. It's the local public libraries here and Lone Star libraries. So you can get your item, but I do want to let you know about this service so you can start looking into it now, because for a book, when you request a physical book to be brought to our campus or your local library to pick up, it could take about 4 weeks. It depends on who picks it up and how far away the book is. So make sure you plan ahead now and start finding, especially if you know you want to use physical books, start finding them now, making sure they're in our catalog. If it's not in our catalog, make sure you go ahead and start filling out that interlibrary loan request form. If it's a journal article you're looking for specifically, journal articles are a little faster. They take about 2 weeks, and they can email it to your My Lone Star email. So that's just a service that is available to you. And I can show you one more time how to get there. So it's just Lone Star, Libraries, Library Services, Library Forms, and there's the Interlibrary Loan Request Form. Any questions about interlibrary loan? Okay. Okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you another resource you have available to you. So this is the library website. I'm scrolling down to help with research, and it says citation help. And we do have some, for the library system, we have some resources for you for the most common citation styles, so MLA, APA, and Chicago. The Chicago resources are very good. You guys are going to most likely access a lot of these right here at the top, the notes, bibliography, sample citations, and then there's also a sample paper so you can see how your paper should be laid out. Down below, each campus also has their own citation page. So for Montgomery, oops, you don't want that. You can look here and look for the citation style you need and click on the button. And we've created more of a comprehensive guide for you to help make your citations go a lot faster for you, and so that you understand how to make your citation. So like this first tab is just a brief overview of what is Chicago style. The next one is how your paper should be formatted. Different types of, when you look at some of the pieces of information, how it should look depending on what they give you. So individual authors, group authors, things like that. Your bibliography. So this is how your bibliography should look. And those in-text citations. So you do have this available to you. I also want to show you on the overview, this handout is something you definitely want to bookmark. And I can go ahead and grab that as well. I'm going to put it in chat. So I put the link to this in chat if you want to bookmark it for yourself. So this handout is really nice in that I'm going to enlarge it for you. It tells you about how your paper should be formatted. And then it goes over some rules. So they have general rules for your footnotes, for your bibliography, how many authors to name. It tells you a little bit about how to read this guide. I'm going to actually just talk you through it a little bit. So in your footnotes, that's where you're going to show more of your citations. In your paper, you're going to have numbers. And I can kind of open that up to show you here. But what you can see here is you're going to first start off. I'm going to kind of highlight this for you. Oh, it always wants me to go this way. With like a full citation. So the first time you mention the book, let's say, then you would go ahead and put the full citation in your footnotes. If you mention it again, you're going to shorten it. So here we have part of the author's name. Then you have Renoir's trip, so they shortened the title, and then you have the page. And then if you have a brand new source, then you go ahead with that brand new source and create the long citation for it. So as you can see here, you start with a full citation, and then as you mention it, it's going to get shorter. So I know it can be a little tricky sometimes, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and provide this for you all and show you that this exists for you so you can make your citations go a lot faster. Any questions about that? Okay. And I will also take the link here for the Chicago citation guide for you for Montgomery, and I'm going to put this in chat. Okay. I'm going to go back. Okay, so next to that is, I just want to briefly show you, there's research guide here for Montgomery. And this is the resource portal for our campus, library, and tutoring. And in here, I just want to briefly show you, there is a subject guide for music. So I'm going to click on music and click go. So what this will do is walk you through the research process for music and connect you with credible sources. And we have some little buttons here you can click on depending on what part of the research process that you are in. So if you're just getting started, you can click on the button or you can click on the page on the side, and it goes all the way from choosing a research topic to going ahead and beginning background in research and gathering keywords and how you can do that. Then you have find sources. So if you're looking for a specific type of source, you can click on that button. I'm going to look for articles. And what we've done is we've connected you here on these tabs for the databases that we think are the best for looking for articles within music. So you have this here for you. I just wanted to show you that this exists and this is a resource that you can use. I'm going to go back to the main page. I'm going to go and provide you the link. So I'm going to put this in chat. So now you have that Chicago style citation handout, you have the Chicago style citation page, and you have the music resource guide link to kind of help you. Okay, I'm going to go back to our library webpage. Let me get out of this easier. Okay, so next we're going to get into, I want to show you very quickly how we can do some searching in the research databases. So I'm going to click on Find Articles, and I'm going to go here to Art, Music, and Theater. And as a researcher, you're going to want to start with reference resources. So I'm going to click here on Credo. And that's where my article from the presentation came from about Ludwig van Beethoven. So again, Credo has over 650 reference books across the subjects, including music. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to start kind of broad because I'm not quite sure. We're kind of delving into Ludwig van Beethoven and his works. So I'm going to just start with, what does Credo have on Ludwig van Beethoven? Okay. So if you've never been in Credo before, when you do your search, all the encyclopedia and dictionary articles open here on the left. And on the right side, they start you with a thinking map. Another great place to get some additional keywords that you can enter into the databases. It also helps you narrow the scope of your research. You can kind of see who is associated with Ludwig van Beethoven, who maybe some of his inspirations were, who he's worked under, what are some of his works. You can also, under here, you'll see usually this first article is the lengthiest article. Then you can kind of see down further how many words are within each article. Usually I go for the lengthier ones because they give me a little bit more. But I'm going to open this first one right here. And again, this is the same article that was in the presentation, but I just showed you just a little bit of it. So you're looking for, when you approach an encyclopedia article, you're looking for the who, what, when, where, and why for your topic. So the most important keyword, of course, is the name of your composer, or what your focus is, or your piece of music. So Ludwig van Beethoven is definitely something I want to enter into the database as I do some searching. But I'm going to kind of skim through this article a little bit to see what words stand out to me, looking for who, what, when, where, why. So I see some of the names of his works, like his operas, piano sonatas. So they're actually giving me names of works. They're mentioning when he became deaf. I might look into some of that. It's telling me where he was born. That looks like an important word. I'm looking at that his family were musicians in the service of the Elector of Cologne. Then I see he studied under Joseph Haydn, so Joseph Haydn might have had some influence. I see here his best-known symphonies are the Third Symphony Eroica, intended to be dedicated to Napoleon. So already within these 3 paragraphs, I'm already gathering a lot of keywords that I can use in the research databases. Oh, even this one stands out. His career spanned the change from classicism to romanticism. So I'm finding them all over the place. Now, this is kind of a lengthy article here. And what I also like about this particular article and some of the other composers' pages here is they give you a list of some of their works, but what's really nice down here is they actually have some audio recordings of their work, so you can actually listen to it. So I can actually click here and listen to that Third Symphony, which I thought was really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you the link to this article, and then I want you to read it through. I'll give you about 1.5 minutes to kind of read through. I would like you to jot down some keywords that you find, and I would like you to go ahead and enter them in chat as you find them. So we should end up with a lengthy list of keywords. So I'm going to share this article with you. I actually already grabbed this link. Okay, go ahead and click on that and tell me if you can get into it. Can everyone get in? It doesn't let you in?
It's working for me.
Okay.
For me, it's loading, but it's taking.
Okay. I'll wait. Okay, perfect. It works. Okay, so go ahead and type in chat additional keywords that you come across as you find them. So who, what, when, where, and why for Ludwig von Beethoven. Oh, I'm sorry. This one was Eroica. I gave you the next article. So this was that next piece, Eroica. So this is Eroica. So I picked a piece of music. I'm sorry, y'all. I picked a piece of music from that list of his, and I saw that they had an article on it that delved deeper behind the piece of music. So this is what you're finding important words for, the keywords. So I'll give you about, let me see how long it is. I'll give you about 2 minutes. So we're looking for single words and phrases that are important. I already see quite a list. It's awesome. You don't have to just type in one. You can keep typing them in as you find them. Okay. So going back through a little bit here. For some of our keywords that we have gathered, we have 1803. I wouldn't wrote it during 1803 in the database because it'll pull up every single word, but 1803 definitely stands out. Expressive. I can't pronounce this German word, testament, the Heiligenstadt Testament. Napoleon Bonaparte. Yeah, because he wrote this for Napoleon Bonaparte as part of the French Revolutionary music. The 18th century artistic Marcia Fenebre. I cannot pronounce that name. So we have names of notable people like Ferdinand Ries, the classical symphonic style, really good. Sonata form, that energy, aggressive energy, definitely. The fourth major section. We already, just from reading an encyclopedia article, are more than prepared to go into the databases. So we're not just trying to pull out words from the top of our head. We can still use prior knowledge and keywords that we already know, but we have kind of more of a direction that it's going to help us save time. So just taking a few minutes to do this helps save us a lot of time. So now we can take some of these terms. We're going to go into a research database where we can actually use some of the articles to count as our sources. We're going to go in here to JSTOR. If you haven't been in JSTOR, it works pretty much like the other databases. The only thing is there is so much in JSTOR, because not just for music, it's also a lot of arts, humanities, art history, a lot of English classes. There's literary criticism in here, history. There's so much in JSTOR. Sometimes you'll get tens of thousands of results. So you kind of have to work at narrowing down your keywords and using your filters in the database to help you get a more manageable search. So we're going to just take, just here at the beginning, just seeing what JSTOR has for just Beethoven and Eroica. So I'm actually going to come up here to search, and I'm going to do an advanced search. So in advanced search, this is where we can combine our keywords and use our Boolean operators. I'm just going to leave it here on and. So I'm going to type in Beethoven and Eroica. And I'm going to submit my advanced search, just seeing what the database has. And as you can see, even with these two keywords here, I still have a lot of results. So I have 3,402. Now I do see some promising ones here at the very beginning. So Beethoven's New Way and the Eroica. I'm going to go ahead and click on this first one. And for those of you who haven't been in JSTOR, it is allowing you to share a little bit more. I think it's more unreliable. You don't always get your email from them. Sometimes it ends up in your spam. But you can email this article to yourself, but before you click out of it, make sure it actually made its way to your email. The most reliable is downloading it to your desktop. And before you download it, they want you to accept their terms and conditions, and you just do that. And then it will download for you. Now, what you can do once you've downloaded it, if you're looking for a certain section, so this article has got quite a few pages in it that you'd have to go through. If you haven't used it before, you can do a Control F or Command F, and you can see where your word is located throughout the article. You can see up here how many times it's mentioned, and it can take you there. So that's just another quick way to look for some additional keywords. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that that's something you can do to help you save time. Just to also let you know, if you ever need to share this article in a discussion posting, never ever go into any database and grab the URL at the top. It's never going to work. It's never going to take people back to the article. You always have to look for the, like here, this remote access URL, or even this stable URL to share it with other people. Yeah, because otherwise up here it won't, in any database, it never takes you back to the article. There's also a cite tool here, so you can look for that Chicago, highlight, copy, and paste, and it is done. You can just use our Chicago handout to kind of double check to make sure it's all the periods are there, quotation marks, that everything's in the right place, because this was not created by a person, it was created by a computer. And computers can have some inaccuracies in them. So just take a few moments to just double check your citation. Okay. Going back. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to do another advanced search. And this time I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to look for Beethoven, and I'm going to see if they're also mentioning, some authors might be also mentioning Third Symphony. And I'm going to put Third Symphony in quotation marks to keep that phrase together, or eroica. And then something else I would like to show you. If you look down further, you can actually filter by journal type. So if you look down further, there is one here. It's pretty lengthy. For music. So I just want to look for my search within music journal periodicals. So I'm going to click that. And I'm going to submit my advanced search. And you can kind of see your types of results. So these are more like, see, the musical quarterly. Okay. There's a lot of musical quarterly. Music and art, the Journal of Musicology. So a lot of these are related to the field of music. So that's what it gave us. And I just want you to be aware here for academic content, there's still book chapters in here. If you just want journals, just click on that and it'll take the book chapters out for you. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay, and I know that some of you all are working on your research assignments. What I would like you to do, if you would like, you can go ahead. I'm going to show you the information really quickly. Go back. So if you need to schedule some time with me to maybe help you look for some resources or show you the ILL process, I highly encourage you to just go ahead and schedule a research consultation with me. I'm more than happy to help you. I actually love helping you all, especially for music literature. I love music literature. I strongly also encourage you to come check out the library, look in the catalog, and see what we have. We do have a large music literature collection.